The reality about the American dream. I repeat, the reality about the American dream. Listen, you know the problem? Look, I just watched this video of a guy. He was sitting in the machine. I don't know if it was like an excavator, skid steer. But turn this AC down so y'all can hear me. He was like, man, I'm just over it. I'm tired of it. This isn't the American dream. We've been lied to. He said, I've been working since I was 15 years old. He said, how old he said he was? He said he, 37, 47, one of them. He said, I've been through a divorce at 37. Had to start over. And what I realized, the American dream isn't real. By the time you own your house, you're going to be too old to enjoy it. You're going to be tripping over your own 2 feet, cutting the grass. We've been lied to, people. You will never own your house because you always got to pay taxes. Life is this, life is that. Look, here's some reality for your behind. You can live the American dream if you wake up and stop sleeping. If you wake up and stop sleeping, you can actually live the dream if you're willing to pursue it. There's never been a better time to start a business in 2025. I don't know how those guys started business in the 70s and the 80s and the 60s and the 90s. Like, I'm gonna be honest, social media and technology has brought my business, AKA my job, where it's at today. I'm a slow learner. I am slow. I would admit I'm slow. Capital SLO. I'm slow. And if I can figure out how to make $1,000 a day with a lawnmower and a string trimmer, I know a lot of y'all is a lot smarter than me. I'm gonna be honest, I'm slow. I had a family member tell me, man, you got a business mind. I said, man, I ain't got no business mind. I said, man, I'm a flipping idiot. I said, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and read books. I said, but I still don't understand a lot of it. I'm slow. I do not have a business mind. I'm just being honest with you. And what you have to understand is that guy is crying about nothing. See, he failed himself and he don't realize he failed himself. He failed himself because he married somebody he couldn't build with. And then he decided to work that dead-end job he's working right now. Don't you know I tell my nieces and nephews this? Man, you working a dead-end job. Oh, man, it's temporary, Uncle Mike. Okay, so what's the end date on this dead-end job? What's the end date? You got an end date? Man, it's temporary. I'm straight up. I told my nephew a while back. I said, you get out the military, you're a fool. I said, man, you jumped in the military at 18. I said, bro, you can get a military. I messed up. I know I'm not able to back all the way down this street without any problem. I just kicked it too hard. I said, bro, you can get a military at 30 years and still be 48. I said, bro, you can get a military, I don't know if it's 20 years you can retire. I said, bro, you can get a military at 20 years at 38 and you'll be on top. That's up to him what he do with it. I said, bro, you ain't got no kids. You can stack some paper. I said, you ain't got to buy a house right now because you really don't know where you want to live. I said, bro, you can live a good life. It's up to him. It's up to him if he want to run out here and make babies. It's up to him. Look, I told y'all before 1,000,000 times, my father is on drugs. And if my niece and nephews run out there and start smoking weed, I told you, there'll be a junkie in my eyes. I will view them as a junkie. If my niece and nephews run out there, and my kids, if my niece, my nephew, and my kids run out there and decide to start smoking weed, I will refer to them as a junkie. Back to what I was saying. There's no better place to live than the United States of America. Oh, taxes, taxes, taxes. Flip taxes, man. You mean to tell me I get to live in the United States of America with a high school education and a welding diploma? I can start my own business. Am I going to go in the ditch? I'm about to go in the ditch. I can start my own business and be able to take care of a family off cutting grass. And I'm not blaming, the government owed me this. Listen, don't be that guy that looks back on his life with regret because you didn't sacrifice to get to where it is you wanted to be. The reason your life is miserable is because the person's staring back at you in the mirror. The reason you feel as though the system is rigged because you didn't put nothing in. You didn't do something to offset the system. Man, we pay too much in tax. All right, work your full-time job, start a side hustle with cash only. Flip the government. Flip the government. I've been working all along, selling my soul. Overtime hours. Stop working overtime. Well, bull crap pay. Get another job. Start a side hustle and tell them you can't take cash on it. Offset the taxes. I would never own my home. You can own it. You can own your home. Put your mind to it. Stop buying new trucks. Stop going on vacation. Stop celebrating Christmas. Put all your extra money in your house. Pay your house off. You guys you guys be holding your own self back. And that's why you are in the predicament you are in. You don't want to live life with regrets on what you shoulda, coulda, woulda done. Cam Newton will never have a good night rest when he get older because he's always going to say, I should have dove on the ball. You should have dove on the ball, Cam. I don't even watch sports, but I heard a few guys that don't like Cam say that, so I don't know why they said it. I'm saying it. Look, Cam Newton gonna wake up one day 85 years old, and he gonna be laying in his bed asleep, and he gonna think back to himself, I should have dove on the ball. You should have dove on the ball, man. You should have dove on the ball. Cam, you should have dove on the flipping ball. Should have dove on the ball. And that's the same thing with y'all. You should have took the opportunity when you were young. I remember a few years back, right before I quit my full-time job, I was scared to quit. And I remember walking out the gate one day, I had earbuds in my ear. And I remember watching a video, and the guy said, what the flip is this? I'm gonna show y'all this. Man, these folks. Man, I'm not even gonna entertain this. Anyway, I was leaving my full-time job. I was walking out the gate. I was debating whether I was gonna quit or not, and I heard a video of a guy say, he said, you don't want to look back on your life with regrets of when you're gonna leave your full-time job. He said it was this guy working in the factory, wanted to quit his job and start his own business. And he didn't leave in his 30s. He didn't leave in his 40s. He ended up leaving in his 50s. And he said, my biggest regret is that I didn't leave in my 30s. He said, imagine if I could have started my business in my 30s when I was strong and young versus in my 50s when I was a tad bit slower. I'm 36. I will never get 35 back. I gave my all when I was 35. I'm 36. I'm giving my all. I'm not gonna look back on my life and say, man, I should have dove on the ball. I would never do that. I'm not gonna look back on my life on top of a lawnmower. Man, American dream is a scam. No, because I understand I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life. And if I go out and squander it, that's on me. If I go buy a brand new truck this year, make a $1,200 a month payment, and I look up at 60, bro, I ain't got nothing to show for it but just a brand new truck. That's my fault. I gotta get